2018 Volvo XC90 review. The 2018 XC90 is elegant, undoubtedly. But a few flaws ensure that it stays from like a segment leader. If there is certainly one virtue that this 2018 Volvo XC90 possesses in spades, it's elegance. From the extra classy exterior styling towards the impressively well-pointed interior, the XC90 exudes panache. It's a luxury crossover with all the current fancy vibes you can actually hope for. More when compared to a good-looking car, though, the 2018 XC90 drives well and it has precise handling plus a sense of stability traveling. It has lots of space inside along with an abundance of high-tech security features, both around the standard equipment sheet and available as options. All of the adds up to a good and desirable crossover, but there are some drawbacks. Our main issue, the XC90's powertrains. While Volvo's turbocharged T5 and turbo and supercharged T6 four-cylinder engines work fine from the brand's smaller vehicles, they seem less ideally fitted to the big XC90. Performance and fuel economy suffer therefore. The T8 hybrid fares better, yet it's pricey. And we've found all XC90s have a rather rough ride over bumpy roads when fitted while using bigger optional wheels. That's not something you expect, or want, in an SUV on this caliber. The XC90's flaws aren't fatal, though. There is really a lot to enjoy about this upscale crossover, and when it gets plastered on your short list, the test drive. Notably, we picked the 2018 Volvo XC90 as one of best midsize SUVs with this year. What's new? For 2018, the Volvo XC90 gets some additional equipment as standard, including adaptive cruise control and blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alert. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, previously optional, at the moment are standard likewise. If you are considering a good balance of luxury feature content, performance and price point, the XC90 T6 Momentum is our choice. It stays with all the smaller 19-inch wheels, which will help with all the XC90's ride quality issues. It gets a good amount of the top trim level equipment like 4-zone automatic climate control, adaptive headlights and heated front seats. And if this is not enough to suit your needs, almost always there is the R-Design and inscription trim levels that de-ante quite a lot without the need to switch over to your T8's hybrid powertrain. Trim levels and features. The 2018 Volvo XC90 is usually a luxury crossover SUV with 3 seating configurations and 4 different trim levels: Momentum, R-Design, Inscription and Excellence. Regular XC90s are termed as the T5 and T6, as the hybrid is known as the T8 twin-engine plug-in hybrid. The Momentum trim level comes with a good amount of standard equipment, for example a rear-view camera, lane departure warning plus an impressive 9-inch touch screen. The R-Design would be the sporty version with the XC90, whilst the Inscription and Excellence are definitely more luxury-focused with equipment including ventilated front seats plus an adaptive air suspension. For standard equipment, the T5 Momentum turns into a turbocharged 2.0-liter engine, 250 horsepower, 258 pounds-feet, an 8-speed automatic transmission, 18-inch alloy wheels, LED headlights, a panoramic sunroof, an electricity tailgate, a rear-view camera, rear parking sensors, lane departure warning, keyless entry and ignition, faux leather, premium vinyl, upholstery, 8-way power front seats, with power lumbar adjustment, driver seat memory settings, 40/20/40 split second row seats, with individual slide and recline functions, a 50/50 split third row seat as well as an auto-dimming rearview mirror. Technology features for the T5 Momentum include pilot assist semi-autonomous driving mode, adaptive cruise control, a 9-inch central touch screen, a navigation system, voice controls, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity, as well as a 10-speaker audio system with satellite radio as well as a USB port. The T6 upgrades to some 2.0-liter supercharged and turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, 316 horsepower, 295 pounds-feet. The T8 plug-in hybrid uses exactly the same turbocharged and supercharged engine because XC90 T6, but it really adds an 87 horsepower electric motor. Total output is 400 horsepower and 472 pounds-to-feet of torque. With a 240-volt charging station, fully recharging those takes no more than 2.5 hours. The EPA estimates pure electric range at 14 miles. Both the T6 and T8 Momentum models get 19-inch wheels, a bigger digital driver information display, leather upholstery, heated front seats, third-row seating and 4-zone automatic climate control. T8 Momentum models also receive LED adaptive headlights and added interior illumination. The R-Design trim level features 20-inch alloy wheels, unique grille and exterior accents, a sports activity steering wheel with shift paddles, upgraded sports seats, with power thigh support, leather upholstery, illuminated step plates and aluminum mesh cabin accents. The XC90 inscription, situated on T6 and T8, is similar for the R-Design but have their wheels and interior and exterior trim. It also has upgraded leather upholstery and rear side shutters. Available only about the T8, the Excellence trim level practically turns the XC90 in a 4-seat luxury limousine. In place from the rear bench seat, the Excellence adds 2 captain's chairs with footrests, a rear center console with folding trays, a touch-screen controller, heated and cooled cup holders and a couple of crystal glasses. All 4 seats within the Excellence come standard with ventilation, heat and massage functions. Additional upgrades include bright exterior trim, 21-inch wheels, an adaptive air suspension, extended leather upholstery, additional sound deadening, a 19-speaker Bowers & Wilkins head unit, added rear seat USB ports and also a refrigerator. Options for that XC90 are typically grouped into packages. The Momentum Plus package incorporates the adaptive headlights, headlight washers, the more expensive driver display, illuminated step plates and added interior illumination. You can opt for the convenience package to incorporate front parking sensors, automated parking assist, a surround view camera, heated windshield washer nozzles and, within the cargo area, a grocery bag holder as well as a 12-volt power outlet. The luxury package, inscription only, adds heated rear seats, a simulated suede headliner, leather grab handles and sun visors, plus a massaging function with the front seats. Individual option highlights, according to trim level, include 20, 21 or 22-inch wheels, an adaptive air suspension, with adaptive dampers, a heated tire, a head-up display, a built-in second-row child booster seat plus a 19-speaker Bowers & Wilkins speakers. Trim tested. Each vehicle typically will come in multiple versions that happen to be fundamentally similar. The S in this particular review use our full test with the 2016 Volvo XC90 T6 inscription, turbocharged and supercharged 2.0 liters inline 4 vertical bar rate speed automatic, AWD. Note, since this test was conducted, the latest 2018 Volvo XC90 has brought some revisions, mostly for example the addition of options packages and accessibility of items, for instance Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Our findings remain broadly applicable for this year's Volvo XC90. S combination is adequate. Drivers with hilly commutes, serious grades or tough highway merges may wish to look for something with a lot more power. Handling is competent and controlled. Acceleration. Reasonably quick away from the line, even so the engine runs out of breath quickly, leading with the leisurely 7.9 second 0 to 60 mph time. Dull engine solution is fixed by switching to sport mode. The 8-speed automatic transmission is not wanting to downshift. Braking. The XC90's brake pedal features a short, firm action that any of us like. Virtually zero nosedive during panic stops. Lots of control without jumpiness. The XC90 stopped in 124 feet from 60 mph. That's about average for the SUV with all-season tires. Steering. The steering doesn't give you a lot of feel or feedback, but it really is reasonably quick and predictable. Rare to get a car with steering this quick, the XC90 isn't twitchy. Good on center control. Handling. The numbers don't tell the full story. Even so, the XC90, ours had the optional adjustable suspension, is incredibly controllable. It feels low and planted. Stability control is tuned for safety, and it turns on early and quite often. Drivability. The best safety and fuel efficiency systems are transparent to your driver. The Volvo's many systems are frequently inside the way, from false alarms from every sensor to one on the roughest automatic stop-start systems we've experienced. Comfort. From the very first time you have a seat, it's obvious Volvo spend a great deal of time within the XC90's seats. They're great. What's less than great would be the ride. Our tester endured impact harshness over any bump that sent an actual and audible shock with the cabin. The cabin is incredibly quiet otherwise. Seat comfort. Exceptional front seats. As in other Volvos, the XC90's headrests don't adjust, but the rest does. Tons of thigh adjustment, great lateral support and many available lumbar adjustments. The second row seats slide and recline. Ride comfort. When equipped while using optional 21-inch wheels, the XC90's ride is only able to be identified as unsophisticated. The SUV bangs over small bumps and bounces over the fundamental ones. The ride is well controlled following the initial bump harshness. Noise and vibration. With the exception from the wheel tire suspension smack, the XC90 is exceptionally quiet. No wind or tire noise. It's the style of quiet that creates you speed about the highway. Some engine wheezing during hard acceleration. Interior. A minor mixed bag from Volvo. Materials, design and workmanship are certainly good, class-leading in certain areas. Ergonomics and functionality are behind the leaders. The centerpiece on the XC90 is usually a big 9-inch touchscreen that is incredibly quick to reply, but it really controls more functions of computer should. Ease useful. Even after you have mastered the important touchscreen's menus and controls, you will discover features which might be hard to use and unnecessarily packaged into your screen, for example climate control, radio tuning and seat heating. Trip computer and gauge controls, too, are inscrutable. Entering, getting out. With the optional air suspension, the XC90 carries a neat trick. It automatically lowers itself once parked, making acquiring it or out simple. The doors aren't particularly long, helping to make access in tight parking situations easy, too. Roominess. The cabin with the XC90 feels open and spacious. There's room enough for driver and passenger, who won't feel cramped. The second row offers good legroom, headroom and width for 2 adults. The kids-only third row seat is typical with the segment. Visibility. Sight lines are certainly good. That has a clear take a look at where the hood ends. Side and rear visibility take par on an SUV this size. Volvo's 360-degree camera will skew your surroundings, making it tough to identify poles, walls and curbs. Utility. While it may not be necessarily a class leader, the XC90 does well inside the utility category. A large cargo utility area, decent tow and helpful features allow it to become relatively utilitarian. Technology. While the Volvo's infotainment product is attractive, it may be significantly harder to know than rival systems, especially using the abundance of buttons about the dashboard. Also, certain controls are buried deep inside system where they're not easy to find even though you know where you should look.